Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to my channel for another third-party unlicensed 1/6 scale figure unboxing and review. Now today we are taking a look at the Toys era, the Aristocrat. Who? It's Baron Zemo from Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Hot Toys teased this guy, but seems like they have no interest in making him, but luckily, Toys Era absolutely does. Now, I got mine from toyswonderland.com. Do bear in mind, this is a third-party, unlicensed, unofficial figure. I have popped the link in the description below for your reference purposes only. This is by no means a promotional video, this is a review on a figure I picked up for my own personal collection. While you are down there though, why not hit that subscribe, bell notification icon and join button, so you're notified as soon as a brand new review goes live on the channel. As for the box art, it's really simple, a concrete style white background, purple star, and a glossy silhouetted image of Baron Zemo. Down below, Toys Era and the Aristocrat. On the back of the box, a leather grain texture in purple with a star. Then down below, all of the warnings and legal info. I could have sworn that Hot Toys were going to make this figure. I mean, Baron Zemo got super popular after Falcon and the Winter Soldier, thanks in part to the dancing scene and all the subsequent memes. But no, they decided it wasn't worth their trouble. Toys Era, though, were absolutely game, and first in-hand impressions are really positive. What we are going to do now is get all of his accessories laid out in the light box and take a closer look at everything he comes with. Starting off with the display base first, it's literally as simple as they come. It's the rectangular Hot Toys style, but Toys Era, Hot Toys don't really use the rectangles for anything other than Star Wars. Maybe going forward, you can switch to the hexagons too. Up top, it's got this textured print, it kind of looks like concrete. Up front, nothing, a completely blank nameplate. Thank you Toys Era for not printing the Aristocrat. Then, of course, a regular crotch grabber. When it comes to head sculpts, we do get two options. One without the mask on and one with. This one does look accurate to the show. Unfortunately, he didn't wear it for very long, but yeah, it's on point. There's a ton of this ribbed texture. It's painted in purple with a wash in the crevices. The skin texture for the exposed neck and the eye area, it's nicely painted. Does it look like Daniel Bruhl though? No, not really. However, this one is an absolute spitting image. It might just be, in my opinion, the best Toys Era head sculpt ever. The likeness is 100% from pretty much every angle. The skin texture plus the stubble and the little freckles, it's all impeccably well painted. Plus, the hair is nicely sculpted, and I love the expression, it's kinda smug and very Zemo. Do let me know which of the two head sculpts you prefer though, down in the comments below. We do get the exact same stumpy Desert Eagle that we got with John Walker, also by Toys Era, obviously using the exact same mold. You do have a working slide up top, and a removable magazine. Now, I'd like to say that's painted bullet detail, but the entire gun is gold, so it just blends in. We all have our favourite things when it comes to 1/6 scale figures. For Robert Meyer Burnett, it's his chairs. For 1/6 scale man, it's feet. For me, it's 1/6 scale printed books. This one is really awesome. Unfortunately, it does say the E Winter Soldier Project. Not sure why there's an E there, but every single page is fully printed. The detail is incredible. I've used incredible, I've used impeccable, but I'm running out of adjectives. This figure is really starting to impress me. When it comes to hands, we get two open palm gloved hands, one trigger finger hand, and two closed fists pre-installed on the figure. The gloves are purple and black, and yeah, that fits the color scheme for Zemo. There's texture and wrinkling. They look like gloves. What we are going to do now though is get Zemo himself out here. Standing straight up and down in the light box, no crazy poses or accessories or anything like that. Let's be honest, it's a pretty simple figure. It's a regular true type body in some kind of formal clothes with the trench coat and the fur collar, the blue slacks and the purple shirt. But what sets this guy over the top in my opinion are two things. Number one, the tailoring is impeccable. Everything hugs the body where it needs to, more on that in just a second. And number two, the head sculpt. Now, we've discussed both of them, and I asked you to let me know which one you prefer, but if you were wondering which one I prefer, it's the unmasked head sculpt. It takes this figure, a relatively simple release, to the next level. Up close and personal, kicking things off with the unmasked head sculpt first, I'm honestly still shook. How is this head sculpt this darn good? Now, we've discussed it, so let's move on. We'll talk about how it fits on the body. It fits at the right height, doesn't look too small, doesn't look too big. In my opinion, it's in proportion. The only complaint I have is the neck connector. Now, the neck itself is super realistic. Love the skin texture and the wrinkling. But unfortunately, the body kind of cups the base of the neck connector and pushes the head sculpt up at an angle. Is that a deal breaker? No, I don't think it's a deal breaker. You could potentially Dremel out a little bit of plastic around the front, then you could angle the head sculpt slightly further forward. Not something that I really want to do, and not something that you should have to, but sometimes when it comes to third-party figures, you have to put in a little bit more work as compared to a Hot Toys one. Now, this masked head sculpt I also really like, although it does look kinda long and skinny, so in my collection, yeah, I reckon I'm going with the other one. You all know me, I'm very careful with how and when and where I use the P word. I only use it a handful of times, but I'm about to use it here to describe this jacket. It's simple, but I reckon it's perfect. All of the details are stitched in and do look accurate to me. Yes, I looked at some reference pics before this video. You have some real pockets and some faux zippers. Some proper buttons, you can totally do the jacket up if you want to. Some metallic purple lining, plus the lapels have the stripes. Yeah, kinda matches with the mask if you have it on. You also have a proper fur collar that is popped in the middle. And the fit is on point. It's nice and broad at the shoulders, it's not too big and baggy. Plus, down below, even though there aren't any wires, these pleats kinda bring it in a little bit closer to the body. On the underside, we do have a purple shirt that is a simple stretchy fabric material. His pants are blue, as you can clearly see, a pleather belt and a plastic belt buckle. Down below for the boots, they do have this kind of dusty looking wash in the crevices and some real fabric socks underneath his pants. As for the tread, you guessed it, it's fully sculpted in. For a quick side-by-side comparison, here we have Baron Zemo by Toys Era on the left, and on the right, John Walker, also by Toys Era. John Walker is ever so slightly shorter, but I'm pretty sure that's accurate. Overall, these two look really good together. They're from the same company, they're from the same show, they're from the same line, so that makes perfect sense. Now, I do have to say thank you to Toys Era for showing love to Falcon and the Winter Soldier, because unfortunately, it seems Hot Toys were never going to. I mean, they did give us this monstrosity of a Bucky. The more I look at this, the worse it gets. It literally looks like a third-party figure. Yes, the head sculpt is good from a technical perspective, but it doesn't fit the body. It's far too big, the neck is too long, the body is really skinny. I don't know what's going on with the proportions, but it's not very good. Now, next to Zemo, this totally works. These two shared a lot of screen time. Zemo played a big role in the show, so in the collection, I have no problem whatsoever displaying these two standing together. And lastly, even though this outfit for Zemo is accurate to the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, if you wanted to, you could display him in the Civil War collection alongside Black Panther. Because, of course, in Civil War, Baron Zemo was the one who killed T'Chaka. Now, he's a little bit shorter than Black Panther, as he should be. I am pretty curious to see how he stacks up alongside the new 2.0 version of this suit, so when that eventually comes out, we'll do this comparison again. Going over articulation, do bear in mind this is my personal copy of the figure, so I'm going to be a little bit more careful. Starting off with the head sculpt, it's on a fixed neck with a ball joint at the bottom. Looking forward and back, swivel and pivot. The arms will go up to there. Going forward and back on soft ratchets, butterfly joint at the shoulder that also hinges up and down, swivel at the bicep, double bend at the elbow, once again soft ratchets, plus a regular 1/6 scale wrist peg. The torso does crunch forward and back, swivel and pivot. The legs will go forward to there, going out to there, swivel at the upper thigh, ratcheted double bend at the knee going just past 90. And lastly, a double ball peg down here for the ankle. Wrapping up on Toys Era's Baron Zemo, based off his appearance in the Disney Plus series The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Going into this, I was really excited. I'm a Toys Era fan, you all know this. I also love Zemo, I enjoyed the show, so this was pretty much a perfect storm. And luckily, they delivered the goods. Starting off with the body, it's a true type body, gets the job done. The outfit is accurate to the show and beautifully tailored, we discussed that earlier. He also comes with a decent array of accessories. I would have loved just a loose mask he can hold, but I'm not complaining, he comes with more than enough. And the icing on the cake, the head sculpt. This, in my opinion, I do want to stress that, you don't have to agree with me, in fact, I'm sure some of you won't, but this is Toys Era's best head sculpt ever. It looks exactly like Daniel Bruhl, the expression with that subtle smug smirk, the skin texture, the paint applications. Oh yeah, that's Zemo. They executed this figure to perfection. Now, I got mine from toyswonderland.com. Do bear in mind, this is a third-party, unlicensed, unofficial figure. I have popped the link in the description below for your reference purposes only. This is by no means a promotional video, no. This is a review on a figure I picked up for my own personal collection. While you're down in the description, why not hit that subscribe, bell notification icon, and join button if you like the sound of seeing your name in the end credits of my reviews. Like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next video.